This week, we celebrate 25 years of an underrated classic in professional wrestling history. I'm talking about Shawn Michaels, Mankind from the In Your House Mind Games. I am your host, Dave Rosenbluth. Joining me, my co-host, my partner in crime here on Kicking Out at 2, Dennis J. Levy. What's going on, bud?
Chilling, always a pleasure. This is going to be a real pleasure of mine.
Your favorite Mankind match?
Yeah.
You've spoken before.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I don't want to be rushed to think about it, but this might be a top 10 match for me. It is. I just remember watching it live.
Top 10 of all time or top 10?
All time.
Wow.
I really, really appreciate this match. And you know me, I'm all about the story.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They told a absolutely phenomenal story.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a million matches where we came to like kind of like, just like athletic ability.
Yeah.
We've seen a million ones
Yeah.
better, but when you put the whole package together,
Yeah.
this was a rare treat. I mean,
Yeah.
like, everything combined, you're not going to find... It will take you 2-3 years to find a match like this. I really believe it. This happens every in a decade. You get this 3 times.
Yeah.
I really believe
Ah,
that.
okay. I mean, I'll be honest with you. 25 years ago, I wasn't looking forward to this match. And there's a number of reasons why, and I'll get into it shortly. I'll elaborate on that more as I get everyone, set up here. Go to your Peacock, grab your Peacock, the cock, as Pat McAfee would like to say. And you'll go to the WWE page. Then you'll find the In Your House section of that, and it will be In Your House Season 2, Episode 5, Mind Games. And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you fast forward to 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 10 seconds of this event here, and that will be the start of this match with Mankind and Shawn Michaels. When I say play, you're going to hit play, and then from time to time I might put the audio up. I'm not quite sure yet, but Dennis and I are going to talk about this match and our thoughts on Shawn Michaels and Mankind. And I'm going to elaborate further as to why 25 years ago I didn't appreciate this match. But as time has gone on, it's become one of my favorites to watch.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, without further ado, when I say play, hit play. So 3, 2, 1, hit play. Get a shot of the house, the In Your House set, and the Druids carrying the casket down of the Mankind in that casket, I believe. Shawn Michaels had some interesting comments here regarding this match that I'd like to read to you. It's from an interview he did on a podcast called Robbie Fox speaking to Robbie Fox on a podcast called My Mom's Basement. Okay. That's kind of cool because wrestling fans get categorized. Michaels, and I quote, "Mick is one of the few guys. Everyone else, you at least had a couple times on the road working with each other. Mick and I really didn't. I was one of those abstract matches. He had a different style than anyone else. It was sort of a holding place for both of us as we were in different stories. It was an odd placement. For a long time, it was a hidden gem that was so fantastic and an entity unto itself that people brushed past it. It was the process, and Mick just not thinking outside the box for him because he knew his character and knew it well. The things he wanted to do put my character in a place where he just hadn't been. I don't think any of us really knew at the time that it was so vital for us to have at that time. It couldn't have been more perfect. It was 2 guys adapting and adjusting to one another. This job can be easy at its core, but you usually only have that with your best friend because there's always another emotion getting in the way. Mick is one of those people who I never hung around and didn't know, but when you get together, there's a chemistry there. It's an odd pairing in a fantastic way," he stated. And he couldn't be more right if you think about it. That was one of the things that drew me away from this match when they announced it, was because I just didn't think these two would have a good match. And I also think too, I was really hung up on the fact that I loved Cactus Jack in WCW, and I was not a fan of Mankind in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wasn't, and so I was hung up on. I just didn't like Mankind. I didn't like the way he looked. I didn't really even like his matches. I didn't appreciate any of the stuff that he did early on. And I thought him and Shawn Michaels, it was just going to be very... it wasn't going to be interesting at all. But as time has gone on and I've watched this match and I've gotten older and I've become more mature in my wrestling viewing habits, I can appreciate this more. And I think it's because of the two different styles that they meshed really well. And this reminds me a lot of the Cactus Jack Sting matches from WCW. Yeah. I don't know if you remember any of those.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I wasn't that big in WCW. The only time I was really big, or I hate to sound like I was like a mark, whatever, but like the NWO, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can, yeah.
But yeah, that's what makes, I always think, like, you know, it's the greatest football games you watch, right? It's always like a great defense versus a great offense, like the style contrast, right? And like you said, this style contrast can't be any more different. You got the gigolo male stripper Shawn Michaels, and you got the like the horror movie like the Frankenstein monster and Mankind.
Yeah, I can picture that. I can definitely picture that for sure. This is also during a period of time too where, you know, this was, you know, September of '96. This is the NWO is just a couple of months old.
Yeah. So
my attention was more put on the NWO storyline, you know, than this. And so that's probably another reason why I really wasn't into this match at that time 25 years ago.
And a lot, let's be fair too, a lot of In Your Houses were, especially the main events, were stinkers.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why this match was like, it's so good, because like it came out of, obviously it came out of right field. It's on an In Your House, and they just tore the house down, you know, and made like I said, once you get a whole bunch of shit, like, you know, like for example, right? If the listening audience who watched Stranger Things, right? Season 1 was fucking awesome, right?
Yep.
But then Season 2 sucked so bad that a good Season 3 looked amazing. You know what I mean? But this match, like, truly was amazing. But those in-house main events, they were so fucking bad.
Bad. There's been a handful of those main events. I mean, those pay-per-views, the In Your Houses, were always designed to be like, you know, stopgaps, if you will. Yeah. But, you know, looking back on it, and I think too, like, especially when NXT started incorporating the In Your House theme into some of their events.
Nice pump.
That was
right
nice.
Off the pump.
Oh, see,
10 seconds in.
That's great psychology there.
Yeah.
Mankind goes to lift the mat up, and Michael's seeing that it's covering him, using it as a distraction to then drop kick him because he couldn't see it coming. Like,
that's stomps on it.
Yeah, then stomps on it. That's freaking awesome right there. That's such a cool spot.
Oh, that had to hurt.
Oh yeah, but the In Your House shows, I've learned to appreciate them more because there are some hidden gems in some of those shows where you look and you're like, damn, that was a really good match.
Yeah.
You know, and some of those In Your House matches, there was hardly any build-up, hardly any follow-up. Like, a month before this, okay, Shawn Michaels main event at SummerSlam with Vader, that same card, Mankind beat The Undertaker in the Boiler Room Brawl, and Paul Bearer turned on The Undertaker. You know, and then they put these two together. Like, I thought for sure Shawn and Vader were going to have a rematch at Mind Games, you know? And I thought, you know, for sure Undertaker and Mankind would hook it up, you know? And so that when they put this match together, I was kind of baffled because I thought like there was some inconsistency. Excuse me. I gotta stop yawning. That's not good for a podcast. I thought there were some inconsistencies in the stories. You know, why wouldn't Vader want a match with Shawn Michaels? Why does Mankind get a title match? Because he beat Undertaker? I don't remember it ever being a number one contenders match.
Yeah, still, if you beat the Taker, I think you deserve the title.
I guess so, yeah. I guess so. But now, Dennis, and also too, I think Dennis, another reason why I like this match so much, I remember reading Mick Foley's book, the first one, Have a Nice Day, where he talked about how this match was very important in his career. Shawn even said it's one of his favorites. Mick says this is his favorite match of all time that he's ever wrestled because of the how unique it was with the contrasting styles and how they told a wonderful story. But it was also too so reading the book, I watched this match back after it, and I was like, damn, I don't know what it was, but I just was, I started to appreciate it more. And then I remember you did a podcast with me and Justin. We covered the Canadian Stampede show.
Maybe my favorite pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you talked about how your fandom for Mankind was so strong back then, and that was 2 years ago. And granted, I've always appreciated Mick Foley's work, but I had even more appreciation for the Mankind character after you talked at great length about how much you appreciated it. You made me see something different that I hadn't seen before. Not, like I said, not that I didn't appreciate it, because I did. I appreciated his work, but I found even more appreciation for him.
I just loved just how unique his character was. You have a theme going down. You have an entrance theme, and then your exit theme is a different one. His whole
that is very unique.
His whole thing was just I never saw the Mandible Claw before.
Yeah.
Like Mankind, just this whole persona was just so unique and I think it's just so important to wrestling and Mankind is just so awesome. What was I gonna say that
I don't know, what were you gonna say? You're caught up here over the awesomeness of
this match. It's just incredible. And by the way too, totally unrelated. Look at Mankind too in this match. It's probably the best shape of his life. He looks incredible here. And there's no gut. He's thin. His arms are toned. He looks really good. But to talk about how much I love Mankind, right now, this era, I don't know if he's my favorite wrestler in any promotion, but he's by far my favorite WWE wrestler right now. No doubt about it.
What, during this time period? During this time period.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Nice crossbody by Shawn Michaels over the announcer's table. The Spanish announcer's table, mind you.
Yep.
I was always a big Shawn fan. I've talked about it. Days in the Rockers.
I was hot and cold with Shawn.
Yeah. Were you cold during this period? Especially against Mankind?
I can't remember. But probably not. Because I loved the Vader match.
The SummerSlam match with Vader?
Yeah, I love that match.
Yep.
I obviously loved this match. And then it was what was after this? Was it Shawn Diesel after this?
No, Shawn Diesel was right after WrestleMania. Shawn Diesel was way before this.
Okay. With the fake boot?
Yep.
Right.
With
I love that match.
Yeah, that's a great match.
Yep, love that match.
No holds barred.
I was saying,
he wrestled Sid at Survivor Series. After this?
This is 97 or 98?
This is 96.
Okay.
Yeah. This is 96.
All right. So this actually might be my favorite year for Shawn. It really might.
Yeah. I mean, he had some great match. All right, so let me ask you this.
His Rumble match sucked, but other than that,
the what?
The Rumble match. The Rumble match.
Oh, when he won it?
Yeah. The second time, I thought.
Yeah, that was okay.
The first one I thought was a good one, but
I didn't like the first one. I liked the second one.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I liked the second one because the story was different. He was coming back from a career-threatening injury. He was potentially in there with his best friend Diesel, so there was that you had to kind of factor in. But all right, so let me ask you this question.
Yep.
So this is 1996. This is the fall. This is September. Shawn Michaels is the WWF champion. Okay. the WWF is kind of in like a weird period at this time because they're slowly starting to fade away from like the hokey cartoonish gimmicks, and they're going more towards a reality based product, with the exception, of course, of Mankind and Undertaker and Goldust and things like that. But on the other channel, you have Nitro, and it's the NWO, and Hulk Hogan's a bad guy, and it's this hostile takeover of an organization that's rich in wrestling history, dating back to the NWA, and the NWO is just adding guys left and right, and new names popping up weekly on Nitro, joining the NWO. Do you think that Shawn Michaels, with all the great matches he's had in '96, do you think his title run and his run as champion was a failure, or do you think it was wrong place, wrong time because the NWO was such a hot angle on the other channel?
I think once Hogan did that leg drop to Savage, you could have put anybody. You could have given Mike Tyson the title. I just think people would just
wanted to see the NWO.
Yeah, their eyes on NWO. Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is also a post WrestleMania. This is September of '96. Yeah. Shawn wins the belt in March of '96 against Bret at WrestleMania. Bret Hart is off TV until November of '96. He's taking time off to go film, a TV show and just to have some time off.
What was that? It was like a Western.
Lonesome Dove. Yeah, was the name of the TV show. It was a remake of an old Western from years and years before. So, but this is a world without Bret Hart, who for 4 years was a focal point of WWF stories. As the champion in the main event scene from late '92 till right up until '96, he was he was the top dog.
Yeah.
So, do you think that? Do you think that played a factor into that Bret wasn't a part of the programming? I'm not saying that like they would have beaten Nitro in the ratings, but like Shawn's doing this by himself essentially. I mean, let's go down the list of matches.
I appreciate
Iron Man against Bret.
Yep.
Okay. The match with Diesel.
Amazing.
All right. He had 2 matches with Davey Boy. The first one sucked. The second one was with Mr. Perfect as the referee. That was a fun match. Yep. Then he has the match with Vader.
Yep.
Okay.
Good match.
Then this match. Great then match. Sid. We're talking 6 pretty damn good pay-per-view matches. You can even count the 6-man tag in July with Michaels, Ahmed Johnson, and this is a cool spot here where he just takes this and he's like stabbing himself to get the pain out of his leg. Like that's and the psychology behind that is just it's amazing.
Yeah.
He's stabbing himself to get the pain out of his leg that Michaels caused him by stabbing himself. Like, that's how crazy the Mankind character was. And back then, I don't know what it was. I just didn't appreciate it. He wasn't Cactus Jack. I looked at Cactus Jack as one of the baddest dudes in all of wrestling. All the stuff he did with Vader, Sting, and he comes to WWF, and I was like, it just felt very like Muppets to me. But now it's like, now I appreciate it more.
Yeah.
And I'd say probably in the last 10, 15 years, I appreciated it more.
You know me, I love horror films. And I always thought he was, like I said, Frankenstein monster meets Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
But to go back to what we were talking about just a minute ago with Bret.
Yeah.
Michaels had all those great matches. Did Bret's absence play a factor in the people not wanting to watch and Michaels being the champion?
You and your brothers, the whole Rose and Blues family, the boys at least, of course, loved Bret Hart. Us Levies.
Justin did. I liked Bret, but I wasn't super. Justin's the big Bret Hart man.
I actually did not like him. And I'll be the first one to admit, it was the late 80s, early 90s WWF syndrome. Where I needed a big guy, you know what I mean?
So you were part. So you bought into that formula.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rejected Bret Hart big time.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time I really enjoyed Bret Hart is when he feuded with Stone Cold. That's when I finally started to change my opinion.
When he was the anti-hero USA.
Yeah, he was edgier. You know?
He was edgier. He was also a bad guy. Team Canada, the Hart Foundation.
Super babyface Bret Hart spare me. I'm sorry.
Really?
A lot of people felt the same way.
What did you think about Bret Hart in the rivalry with Owen? What did you think of that rivalry?
Pretty good. But granted, though, I was an Owen Hart fan.
You liked Owen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked Owen. I liked the Anvil, the heel Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that.
Okay.
But the babyface Bret Hart spare me.
Wow. So what do you like better, babyface Shawn Michaels or heel Shawn Michaels?
Good question. So it's got to be babyface.
Really?
Because the heel Shawn Michaels he can be a joke sometimes, and it was annoying.
Really?
Like for example, fucking Degeneration X. You know the whole slaughter. You know with the face shield, with the face shields.
Yep. When he was spitting his face. Yeah.
I'm sorry. If he was a heel, if you turns out was a heel and they were a babyface, I think that works well. When a heel does that to a face, they both look like clowns. I'm sorry. I don't like stuff like that. It was just a joke to make a joke. You know what I mean? Okay.
So you weren't a big DX guy then?
Well, they were a ripoff of NWO. Even my 15-year-old self knew that. They knew this was their rebuttal to
the NWO. Okay.
NWO.
All right. A lot of people have said that, so you wouldn't be the first one to.
I'm sorry. If you interview today Triple H, right?
They have said it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
They have said it. It's been said. They've even admitted it too, that they took some stuff from the NWO and then they had some of their own stuff. Yeah. So, but it was definitely the NWO was an inspiration.
I think face Shawn Michaels that was a legitimate. I don't like his gimmick. I don't. The whole male stripper gimmick. Whatever,
yeah.
You know? But at least when he's a face. You believe that he's a fighter. He's a whatever. When he's a heel, he's a fucking joke. I'm sorry.
All right, so we've established that you like babyface Shawn Michaels over a heel. What about heel Mankind or babyface Mankind?
Not even close. You already know the answer to this. Heel Mankind is a top 5 favorite wrestler of mine. No doubt about it. And there again, one of the greatest moments in wrestling 90s was when Mankind won the title on Raw against The Rock. Okay. Indisputable, right?
Yep.
However, he's a joke now. He really was. Not after winning the championship, but before then. When you made Mankind a babyface with the tie and the white shirt and stuff like that. That's not Mankind anymore.
But what about when they turned him?
That's Mick Foley.
All right. Okay. No, that's a fair point. But what about a few years prior when they turned him? When they showed those, they did the sit-down interviews with him and JR, where he talked about his childhood growing up and how he always wanted to be a WWF superstar. And they have the video where he jumps off the roof of the garage of his house onto the mattresses. And
I think that took you took Mankind, the mythical mystery man.
Yep.
That above, scary dude.
You killed the mystique.
You made him a human being.
You humanized him.
You don't make. I'm sorry.
So you didn't like that at all.
You don't make Frankenstein monster a human being. You took the monster part and you just made him Frankenstein. You know what I mean? You took the Frankenstein.
So you don't like you? Wow.
No,
I thought you would have appreciated that stuff.
I liked when he made a claw JR and he's going wah wah wah. That stuff is scary. You know what I mean? But then you show him, Mrs. Foley's baby boy. Spare me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Spare me.
Wow. Okay.
You think this guy right now wrestling Shawn Michaels, right? You think
this is the early iterations of the character.
No, his ambition is just to hurt people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or himself.
But
you don't. All right.
Shawn Michaels winning the title with Shawn Michaels right now is gravy. You know what I mean?
All right. So let me ask you this. So you don't. So you didn't like that at all. All right. That.
I didn't hate it. Okay, I'm just saying. You said what's your preferences?
No, I get it. I get it.
I
get it. I understand that. But how would he as a character have evolved had he not gone through that process?
Well, you turn him to Caxton Jack then. If you want babyface Mankind, you don't do babyface Mankind. You make him Mick Foley. You make him Cactus Jack. You make him Dude Love. You don't fucking make him Mankind. You know what I mean? You don't put Mankind and Face together. You know what I mean? You go, you do this way, right? Mankind gets his ass kicked by the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Gets dropped in his head a million times, right? And all of a sudden, he takes off his mask and he goes, "I've awoken" or something, right?
Yep.
And then boom, next night on Raw, he's dancing in the middle of the ring, being Dude Love. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, face Mankind was not the same dude as the heel Mankind. Quite frankly, I don't get it. To tell you the truth, that you make him, like I said, the face version of Mankind is Mrs. Foley's baby boy. You know what I mean? You make him Mick Foley. You know what I mean?
So you remove the Mankind's
Absolutely.
always a bad guy.
Absolutely.
In your mind.
Absolutely.
But in order for him to evolve, you have him change personas, either Cactus
Absolutely.
Jack or Dude Love.
He's the face of the Foley.
Okay, I can get behind that a little bit. I was never really a big Dude Love guy. I'll be honest with you. When Dude Love was Steve Austin's tag team partner, I didn't really care for that.
That was dumb as all hell.
I didn't really care for that.
Then we got the gift of Dude Love versus Stone Cold. That was awesome, dude.
Well, that stuff later, yeah.
Yeah.
When he was paired up with Vince, that's another thing too. I don't know what it is about me and my affinity for Cactus Jack, but when he did heel Dude Love as like the corporate choice for Mr. McMahon in '98, I didn't want to see that. I did not want to see that at all. You know why? And here's another reason why I didn't want to see it. Number one, that was coming off of WrestleMania 14, which was one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time.
Yep.
I was a huge Shawn Michaels fan, and I didn't like the fact that he was leaving. Okay? As much as I liked Steve Austin, I liked Shawn, and as much as I wanted to see Austin get the belt, I loved Shawn. So I hated the fact that he was gone. Okay?
Yeah, but he was hurt.
But he was hurt, okay? So here's what also bothered me too. I really liked Austin.
Spot.
Really liked Austin versus DX. Yep. Okay? And I wanted to see Austin and Hunter. I wanted to see DX get their revenge for Shawn. And instead, they moved them away from that and turned them babyface. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it all worked out. What the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
But me, I thought to myself, why wouldn't DX want to get revenge for Shawn? Austin beat him for the title, you know? Why wouldn't Hunter and China want to do something,
That's a great point, actually.
Like, instead, they shifted and they took Cactus Jack and they changed him to Dude Love, and then they turned him into a bad guy, and he ended up becoming like the corporate, choice for Mr. McMahon's champion. Which, in hindsight, you go back and watch those matches. Those are some fantastic matches
Good
too.
stuff.
Unforgiven, and then my favorite is the match with Austin and Dude Love from Over the Edge when Vince was the referee.
Yeah.
A fucking banger of a match.
Yeah.
That's a hidden gem that people don't talk about a lot. I just watched that a couple months ago. That is an awesome match. And
I think Dude Love, not Dude Love. I think, sadly enough, Mick Foley, right? He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
People respect him. People love him.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think people forget just how good of a matches he had. That when we think of Attitude Era, right? You think of Stone Cold, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, maybe even Stone Cold, Bret Hart,
Triple H and The Rock, Austin and The Rock. Yeah, I mean,
I think the one Hall of Famer that gets like lost in the shuffle, I think, is Mankind. I really do.
Justin made a point once in a text thread. I don't know if you remember when we were talking about like certain guys and their standings amongst where their place in wrestling history, and I think he's even said it on this podcast. When it came to the Attitude Era in the WWF, you had Austin, you had DX, you had The Rock, and you had Mankind. Yep. Like those were like the four cornerstones of the Attitude Era.
I think you're missing one big guy.
Who, Kane?
No, Ken Shamrock.
His was short term.
I thought he was huge for like the edginess.
I thought he was going to be a big deal, and they didn't do anything. And
I think champ a couple times. And
I see, but like I thought he should have been. Like, you're the world's most dangerous man. You're in the UFC. Yep. You need the fucking belt. He should have been Vince's choice to be the corporate champion.
I can only think of one time too. It was against Shawn Michaels, right?
He wrestled Shawn for the belt. Yeah.
What happened? Just like a schmoz, right? Like, Like people just jumped.
I think they had a couple run-ins in that match, but look at this here, ripping his hair out.
Oh, so good.
Like, yeah, this Hannibal Lecter style version of his character is very underrated.
Yeah.
I think we're getting. Where are we at now?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Currently, we're at 1 hour 43 minutes 37 seconds and counting. Now, this isn't a no disqualification match. Let's be clear of that it is not a no DQ match. Okay.
This is where my favorite spot happens.
I think where he like kicks the chair.
Yes, I mean,
in his face.
It's so good, and he falls off.
And he goes for the casket. He's gonna try and put Shawn in the casket.
I don't think he understands the rules.
No, it's not a casket match. First of all, it's a regular pinfall match. It's not even.
But I said, like right now, like this Mankind character, right? He's not thinking about the W Championship right now. He doesn't give a shit.
No, he wants to hurt him.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, all right. So that brings up another point. Okay, I know you're a big Bray Wyatt fan, the Fiend. Many could argue that his character, all he cared about was messing with people and hurting people and not being the champion.
Yeah, of course.
So did wins and losses really matter?
When it came to the Eater Worlds, absolutely, because he was always saying, we're going to end this on my terms, right?
Yep.
No, you're the one looking at the lights. It ended on the other guy's terms every single time. The only time I actually agreed with Bray losing the rivalry was against Roman Reigns. With Roman Reigns, still my favorite promo, even though he's doing great work now, my favorite promo to this day is when he just said 3 words. Four words. Hell in a cell. And just dropped the mic, left the ring, and Bray was just left speechless. What else could you say? You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was, I think, till this day, 4-word promo was Roman Reigns' best promo of all time. But I told you, that's the one time, too.
Here comes the big spot here. Let's play the... Oh, never mind. Don't play the audio. Caught that too fast.
Still pretty good there.
Through
the expansion house team, of course.
Yep. Let's play the audio for the reaction.
Vince?
Yep.
Love Mr. Perfect. Talk about things that are underrated. His commentary, underrated.
Let's take a listen to this. One more time.
Well, this is it. Perfection. Sorry, Jim. That's perfection.
You're talking over a great call. No, I'm just kidding. I could care less. But yeah, that was a cool spot.
That's
the kick to the chair, and the crowd's pretty hot for it too.
I would have been cool if that
was what do we got? I think we got some interference. Oh.
I love Paul Bearer. It doesn't matter, he's fucking called the bell. Did it was a babyface? I don't remember that at all. What was it a babyface, Dave?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Shawn Michaels is out. Michaels is going to retain the title, I think, by disqualification. But that's not the story. The story are these two men and what they have gone through. And look at this, Mankind.
It sounds like shit.
Mankind driving the mandible claw, driving to the throat, driving to the gut of Shawn Michaels, and asking lid to be lifted up by the casket.
That's really good. Such a great match.
So Sid was a babyface when they had to fire Ultimate Warrior. I don't know if you remember.
So
what? Warrior came back in '96 at WrestleMania. He was only there for a couple months.
Yeah.
He no-showed some events. He was supposed to tag with Shawn Michaels and Ahmed Johnson against Camp Cornette, Vader, Owen, and Bulldog at the pay-per-view. Warrior got let go. They called Sid, and Sid was a replacement, so Sid became a babyface. And then Sid would go into the match with Shawn at Survivor Series as a babyface, but then turn heel eventually. But let me ask you something. So if this match were in 2021, you could probably agree with me that most people would shit all over the finish because there was a run-in and there wasn't a clear-cut winner on pay-per-view. 1996.
I don't know.
Were you okay with the fact that there was no clear-cut winner? That there was a run-in? Like, it was a schmoz at the end?
When they did that super kick with the chair, I lost my mind, dude.
But I'm just saying, with the run-ins and the fit, like Undertaker, Vader, Sid, all these guys coming in and out.
This particular match, I thought it fit. But most of the times, like, when I was a kid, I didn't like run-ins. I never did like run-ins, man.
Yeah.
I never did like a smudge finish. Like, and I was too young to understand, too, like, you gotta protect wrestlers and stuff like that. I just wanted a clear-cut winner every single time I saw a match.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See, I didn't have a problem with it because it made sense. Undertaker had beef with Mankind. Vader had beef with Shawn. Sid was kind of involved in there because the next pay-per-view would be in October, and Sid and Vader would wrestle each other. The winner gets Shawn at Survivor Series.
If you do it in moderation, I don't mind smudge finishes.
If it makes sense.
But, like, when you watch Raw sometimes...
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the Vince
or it gets turned into a tag match, and then it's like, now it's a tag match because these guys got involved.
I didn't even remember, but, like, when I watch old Raw starting the Vince Russo era, there's at least 4 matches on a Raw that's going to land a DQ.
You know what?
Fucking nuts.
Listen, you want to be pissed off? Go watch Vince Russo Nitro shows. Nitro and Thunders. That's all you'll see.
I'm not doing that. Unless it was with you, I'm not doing that. No fucking
Maybe
way.
we'll do that one day.
No fucking
Maybe
way.
we'll watch a bunch of Nitros with that Vince Russo wrote and produced.
No, great. It's been 25 years since the firing Russo, so we're going to watch this match tonight.
Oh, you're a fucking asshole. You're a real piece of shit. You can go walk home now. You fucking asshole. Well, I'm glad that you came for this and you got to watch this match because this is a great match.
Fucking
As you
awesome
see
match.
Shawn Michaels leaving here. Those of you that are watching, still watching on the Peacock. This has been a lot of fun. Once again, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure, Dave.
Yes, we're continuing this extreme theme here for the month of September.
By the way, we got to do that though. On the 25-year anniversary of Vince Russo firing, we got to watch a
Nitro.
super gimmicky. We should watch when he became champion.
Oh my
And
god!
we gotta go shit. We gotta go fucking feet first into the toilet, right?
Well, last year was the 20th anniversary of that, so I mean we could watch it coming up.
Hey, so now you're telling me the firing of Vince Russo can legally buy a drink? We gotta do it.
All right, we might actually. You know what? We might do that next month.
Yep.
That might be something we might do next month. We'll
watch
We'll watch a Nitro.
Where is like a shitty month? What's like the shittiest month? Like maybe like January or like February. We should have that be like a shit month where we'll watch like the shittiest things of like wrestling. Vince Russo, Dave Arquette become champions. Whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? We'll watch British Bulldog versus Shawn Michaels Part 1. Woo!
We did already.
Did we
Beware
really?
of Dog. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, you're right.
Yeah, the show where the lights went out. Yeah, we watched that. That was bad. That was bad.
We saw the whole thing, didn't we?
We watched the whole show. It was a short show, though. Those In Your Houses were digestible.
true.
It's not like we were watching a 3-hour banger.
That's true.
You know? But, like we watched Great American Bash 1991. That was
proud,
pretty bad.
appreciative.
Yeah.
I would give him a standing out. I really would have.
Yeah.
I would have given him a standing out.
Great match. I really enjoyed watching this. Thank you all so very much for watching it with me as well. Just a programming note reminder. This is going to be the last show for a brief period of time. Probably going to take an extended hiatus right till the end of 2021. I might pop up here and there and drop a recording randomly, depending on the current situation. For those of you that don't know, that follow us on social media, I recently suffered some flooding damage in my basement where I record this show. Luckily, the recording equipment has not been damaged, but there's going to be a lot of moving around in my finished basement here, and redoing a large part of the area, if not all of it, that was damaged with the flooding that took place in that tropical storm Labor Day weekend. So, like I said, I'm going to have to take a brief hiatus for the time being from recording. Unfortunately, as much as I love doing this, I really have to attend to that matter, and it's just not going to be feasible with my schedule to record. And try to set up a different spot in my house to record. Just won't be really at the time. So, with that being said, I wanted to give it to all of you guys. I'm going to put a poll up on social media sometime next week. I'm thinking about changing the format a little bit. Sticking with the retro, okay? But I want to cover 1997, okay? So, I want to hear from you. Do you want me to... I was thinking of doing watch-alongs, okay, of Raw and Nitro and episodes of ECW, and then maybe like a pay-per-view match here and there, because those watch-alongs at the very least are a little bit more digestible. The longer ones that are, 2.5, 3 hours, not so much. I've been looking at the numbers, and some of the shorter watch-alongs seem to be the more downloaded ones. Now, from time to time, if it calls for it on a special occasion, if it's a big pay-per-view, then yeah, I'll do a watch-along. But I'm thinking of covering 1997, Raw, Nitro, ECW, special random matches. And of course, there are other milestone events that have taken place in wrestling history that I'd like to cover as well. There's a fair amount of stuff from 1992, mainly the 92 Rumble, WrestleMania 8, the Dangerous Alliance Sting Squadron War Games from Wrestle War 92, some other random stuff in that year that I'm going to sprinkle in, and I'm going to sprinkle in other historic events and moments that have taken place within professional wrestling that's not 1997 related. But for the most part, I would say 85% of my schedule for next year, 2022, I want to cover 1997. So with that being said, I'm thinking of doing watch-alongs. Would you like me to cover just Raw, just ECW, just Nitro, a little bit of everything? I'm going to put a poll up on social media. Hopefully you guys all volunteer. Thank you all so very much for all your support, for your downloads, for listening to this show. I'm not a Conrad Thompson. I'm not anyone special in the business. I'm just a fan that loves to talk pro wrestling and loves to talk the history of pro wrestling and do it with each and every one of you. And for everyone that downloads this show, likes it, subscribes to it, presses the play button, I greatly appreciate it. And for those of you that don't, who haven't jumped on board yet, please, by all means, do so. This is a real passionate project of mine that I'm going to keep going with as long as I can. There's a little bump in the road right now with this basement issue that I'm having, but I'm going to make sure that I get back on the saddle fairly soon. I'm thinking of probably starting back up around the first of the year so we can kick things off with this new theme. But I'll put the poll up on social media next week, and we'll have at it. And I'll still be active on social media, too. I'll drop pictures and videos and articles and things like that. So I'm not necessarily going too far away, but far away enough where I can't really record any shows anymore. So unfortunately, got to take a little brief hiatus. But thank you all for your patience and support. Maybe this will be a refresh, a rebranding, if you will, of Kicking Out at 2. And I look forward to doing that with all of you in the very near future. So with that being said, I think it's about that time that we put this show officially down for the 3 count. And we'll see you all very, very soon.